Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Mix and Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Coming out live replays for today's card. And on today's show, picks for you from the NBA limited card, 3-game card here. Feels like the old TNT games. Small cards and big cards following it up. Also picks from college basketball here. A lot of smaller conference. Some big conference plays in games as well today. Hockey comes back on Wednesday. And guys, also college baseball. If that's what you like, but man, they showed a lot of games there on ESPN Plus. But guys, we ask if you give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that, and you want to be able to set those notifications because we have 5 live shows over our channel. Don't miss any of them here. We'll say hello to Jorge and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. It's goal for USA again. Heartbreak for Canada once again. It's been a tough. A tough 4 months for Canada. That extra inning loss to the Dodgers, and then an overtime loss to the women, and the men do it again. Overtime loss to the USA. It's been USA with some overtime wins here and extra inning wins here against Canada.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, and civil liberties for all, and the hockey gold. Woo! That was great to watch, man. And just a great game, dude. I mean, they were going to lose if he didn't score that goal. If he didn't kick that, it was like going to be a 2-0, a 2-0, right? I don't know your hockey terminology too much, but just incredible, man. What can you say? It built up to everything. What I was shocked at, Tony, is the price was just minus 113 Canada. I really thought, I thought it was going to be at least 150. But they took the value out of it because they know the Sharks would have pounded that. That's just one of those that I think the book didn't lay any money out there. But it was early in the morning. It was fun to watch. But at the end of the day, it's only a game. National anthem goes off somewhere else tomorrow or today, later this afternoon. So there's no such thing as a big game, man. It's only a game to try to make some money on.
That's right. No doubt about that. Game to win some money. No doubt. Yeah, I thought the Canadian defenseman, I forgot his name, Cade, name escapes. I think he took an unnecessary risk. When you're 3-on-3 hockey, you don't want to make that poke check risk and find yourself in that situation. I think it was a little risky move there. I can continue doing that in regular season, but in a gold medal game, looked to be a little risky there to try to poke check there, especially when, you got an odd man attack 2-on-1 the other way. Of course, Jack Armstrong here making it happen there. And the U.S. get it done. Also, some of the most goals, Jorge, for the U.S. in the win. I didn't realize that they only had 18 gold medals. That's the best Winter Olympics for the U.S.
Yeah, we normally don't do very well. I kind of looked at that, thought it wasn't too bad. Norway killed it. Mm-hmm. And of course those Nordic countries, that's they do that probably most of the year.
Yeah, Norway dominated.
We've never dominated the Winter Olympics like the summer, never.
No, and Norway dominated the biathlon and those cross country skiing. They were winning all those medals in those events. So we gotta do better in those cross country skis. I mean, some dude won a ton of medals in the I forgot his name, but they just, like you said, they just have the biathlon and they've got the Nordic combined, and we don't really have money. I don't know what happened to our speed skaters. We used to be dominant. That was a sport we used to dominate with, speed skating. I remember watching that. Well, that's the first I said. Some of the thighs those speed skaters had, Jorge, and that's a tough sport.
They still have. They got, with all the training and technology now and everything, they're probably even stronger.
And that was the one thing that used to catch my attention with the speed skaters is those thighs, those legs muscles it takes to do that. It's one of the sports I like as well. Although for me, I just think the downhill starts too early. Like the first day, the downhill, like the first 2 days, the downhill is done. They run the men and the women's. I think you got to warm up to the Olympics. To me, one of my favorite events is the downhill. They got to put it so I think someplace in the middle of the Olympics.
Yeah, and Vaughn getting hurt tragically was a big shot to that. That was probably one of the bigger, besides hockey, the big publicity one that everyone would probably follow and was aware of. But she's out of there. So hopefully she recovers well. She's got a couple more surgeries to come. They say it had nothing to do with the knee, but I don't buy that. I think she just was trying to avoid pushing on the knee and put too much torque on her leg, took a bad turn. I may be wrong, but to say, she tries to say it had nothing to do with it. I was like, you got a tore up knee. How can it have nothing to do with it? Even if you're compensating on the other leg, it give you the off leg for the injury. But no, just full recovery. She had a great career.
Yeah, and of course, probably helping to recover a little more, seeing her teammate Breezy Johnson win the downhill.
No, sure, of course. And then the hockey, right? Rocky.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to the NBA. Yesterday was a rough card, man.
Oh, God.
And a good one to look at, just from the point of, look, every angle pointed towards teams to win and cover, and it just didn't happen. And I tested AI yesterday on their briefing and that, and it just goes to show there'll never be a system. There was never computer boys, man. Those guys just they just got information from all over the country more than anything. They had local papers. I remember how some of these old school guys used to operate. Man, I used to have to go down to the Stardust and go in the stat room to get the stats off the wall before the computer days. You know what I mean? To have an idea. So they were the computer boys in that sense. Yes, they were able to pull the box scores together to a sense. But green out for Golden State. I mean, people would think that'd go to -9. They win outright. That's the NBA. It's not it's not the playoffs yet. They're at home. They're on national TV. They're not the good team. That principle will still hold up, and they easily won that one. The same thing, Oklahoma City. And you know what? Oklahoma City's repeating. Yeah. Outside of their top guys being hurt.
Four rotational guys out for OKC with a healthy Cleveland team.
And Harden's still a jinx. So, at the end of the day, he didn't pull it through. He never has. He's a stat filler. He's an egomaniac, and he can't win games at the end. Chris Paul, his retirement was perfect. That's the way he was his whole career. Whenever he didn't have the game-winning shot to win the game to get in the playoffs, which he couldn't do, he walked off. So he walked off the same way. Harden's the same category. These guys, there's a point guard, a Rondo, who, he said his 40th birthday. There's a Rondo-type point guard, and there's a Chris Paul-type point guard as far as players go. And if it's a me player, which is the whole era, those are the guys that don't end up with the championship. The ones that, it's a team effort, win championships. It's the Warriors who won their games. Now it looks like OKC. They're just too deep.
Yeah. You win a game like that against supposedly the team that's from the East. Maybe this is the preview, but we'll see in the time. Although it should be interesting the way the Spurs. We'll find about the Spurs mantle today when we get to these games. But the Spurs will have a test this here against the Pistons. So we'll get to these games here. Speaking of that, we'll knock it out in one block here. We got Spurs and Pistons here. This is your Amazon Prime game 1 here. The Pistons laying 1, total 232.5. Kings and Grizzlies. The Grizzlies coming down a bit. I thought I saw 5 last night. It's down to 3.5 and 4, total 233. Jazz and Rockets. This one's come down. They were 14.5 last night, down to 13, total 228.5. We'll take a look at the injury reports here for these games. For the Spurs, no Plumlee. Waters here is questionable. By the way, Jeremy Socon has been bought out. He's out of the line. That's how deep the Spurs are. Say goodbye. I know he's the guy who used to like paint his hair. Wasn't getting much time over there. We got Beef.
Wannabe Rodman?
Yeah, wannabe Rodman is out of there. Beef Stew is still out. You can't come off the bench.
But he's over at the Knicks, and he's a good off-ball player.
Yeah.
He's starting for the Spurs at one point in time for a reason. Not the best scorer in the world. He can't get some points. But he'll end up somewhere. If the Knicks, if you need a guy in for your second team in the playoffs when it gets physical, great pickup for the Knicks.
Yeah, no doubt. Beef Stew is out for Detroit. He's the guy that came off the bench. I think the game was you get a 7-game suspension when you come off the bench in a fight. If you're going to fight, you got to be in the starting line. You got to be in the lineup if you're going to fight.
That's the Greg Anthony, North Las Vegas rule.
Absolutely. Kings and Grizzlies here. Cardwell here out for Sacramento there. But for the Grizzlies, we have no Aldama, Clark, Howard, Edey, Morant. What's going on? Big Edey here, this big guy. He's missed the whole season pretty much. Anderson here will be out here for the Grizzlies. And Utah and Houston tonight, your Amazon Prime game 2. Nurkic out for Utah. George questionable. Marketing here is probable. George can't miss too many games. He wants to be what they call him, most improved player. I guess he's up for some award I was listening to. But anyway, George is there. Cannot say George here is questionable. For Houston, it's Tate out. And we know Van Fleet's still showing up on the injury report. There's, I guess, hope that he will come back and play. As a matter of fact, I heard the news about Tatum in the G League. He's making no guarantees that he's going to come back this season. So he's testing that Achilles there. We go on over to Jorge.
He'd be dumb if he came back. Kyrie Irving made the right choice. Some of these injuries are over a year, man. It's over a year. It's just how it goes. They're better off just waiting that next year. They make more money anyway, man. Who cares? So That's the MO these days. But, going back to that Detroit game, Detroit's at home, man. They're the best in the East right now. And I don't think it's a knock. If the Spurs go in there, I don't get blown out. Then it's a question mark, right? If you get blown out, it's a question mark. If they go in there and hang and lose, there's no shame in that. Could that be Detroit's a hard team to figure out, man. You think they're going to play great defense? They have the guys to play great defense, but then they go into a high-scoring game, right? Because their offense has gotten so much better. I've been a Cade Cunningham fan since he was at Oklahoma State, and thought he was going to be a legit, all-star right off the bat. And he's proven that, and he's taking the team. So slightly lean towards Detroit there. Memphis, what can you say about these guys, man? That is a mash unit from hell. Over the last, 2-3 years is tough, man. It's got to take them. Sacramento, that team's tanked.
Oof, Jesus.
You're talking about teams that are tanking. That's horrible. I mean, I don't see them cover on. Memphis just they got some pride over there. I don't know if it's the coach. It has to be the coach. The coach, just doesn't matter who's next. You keep making fun of Gigi, you need to stop.
I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of his. Oh, okay. Yeah, the dude was the last man off the bench. Okay, he scores 28 the other night.
Now he put up 20 points.
Yeah, I mean the dude should be. I think they for some reason he's going to be a late bloomer. I try to identify these late bloomers, and I think he's one of those type of players.
Yeah, the guy's get a chance, man. That's a perfect pick on that one. So I'll take a slight lean towards Memphis in that one. A lot of points in that Utah game, man. Houston's played a couple big primetime games. Now they're on Peacock, and I don't know. I still haven't got a vibe on Peacock yet. Is it that there's only a couple teams playing, everybody's watching, so it's still a primetime game. But I don't know. It's not like NBC with Golden State and Oklahoma City being down guys and knowing they're on national TV winning it. You know what I mean? They're fired up for that game. I don't know if I can go that far here, but I'll take a lean with Utah.
Yeah, the problem with the guys like that have channel guides, you don't even know these games are being played on streaming networks because they don't show up on the channel guides, which pisses me off. Yeah, I'll tell you what I think about that. I think I'm in agreement in a lot of these games with Jorge today here. I do agree here with the home court with Detroit. Detroit, a 21-6 home team. You're just asking them to win. When you look at the Spurs defense, it doesn't travel. The Spurs defense doesn't travel on the road here, giving up 47% shooting, 36% from three. They only make over 33% of the three-point shots on the road. The Pistons, a really good home shooting team, and they defended home. I'll look at Detroit there. And again, I'm not going to touch this Sacramento team. I can only look at Memphis. At least they show up. Guys like G.G. Jackson and company. I think he had 28 the other night.
Everybody shows up. Whoever's next.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a team. Well, they have a lot of experience. They've been taken for a while. That's the thing. They've
been hurt for over a year.
Yeah, it's at some point Gigi's going to get in someone's rotation if not going to put him in Memphis. Sacramento 3-26 on the road, but this team is just look at the past couple weeks for this Kings team: 23% from three, 41% overall, a minus 27 point differential over the past 2 weeks. That's all you got to know about Sacramento. Brutal team. I can only look at Memphis. Yeah, I think it's too many points here for a Utah team that can shoot but can't defend. But I want to give a team that can shoot the basketball 14.5 points because they do have a shooter's chance of being competitive in this game. Over the past 2 weeks, 49% from the field, 36% from three. Surprisingly, pretty good defensive form over the past 2 weeks. We'll see if that holds here. But yeah, I don't trust Houston to extend here a cover of number of this side. Matter of fact, the 14.5s are gone. It's now down to 13 from overnight. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Continue on and move our attention over to college basketball. We'll do one block here. It's a lot of games, small conference games here today. A lot of Southland. And they play a lot of games in the Southland against each other. Oh, my goodness. They don't go out of conference as much as other teams, but my goodness. But anyway, look at some of the matchups for tonight. Louisville, North Carolina. We know North Carolina dealing with the injuries, but it's Louisville, road team, favorite 2, total 162. Houston and Kansas is your late night game. Hey, it's Kansas on Big Monday. Let's see what happens there. We got Houston 2.5 on the road, total 138. And as far as these Southland games, and we also have our friends here from the SWAC, Mississippi Valley State playing today, 17-point underdog against Grambling. Boy, we've made a lot of fun of Miss Valley State over the years. I'm trying to find it. Well, I guess Rio Grande Valley and McNeese State is probably your best game here from the Southland. But man, look at you, McNeese State laying 10.5. We're seeing 9.5 snuck. I understand the line move here. We're seeing this one come down a little bit, but that to me is probably the marquee of the mid majors here. I don't see any of these other games marquee there. So we'll go on over to Jorge. We'll just cover it in one block here in college.
Yeah, man, they're just two, right, man. UNC again, they got so much talent, man. It's hard to judge these teams. They, by every indication, they shouldn't have won over at Syracuse. So how did they win it? Their bench guys come in and play defense. They've been high scoring all year. They come in, they clamp down, and they come out with the win. I don't know if they could do it 2 times in a row. I know they're back at home. They might be a little bit more comfortable, but Louisville is just healthier. You know what I mean? It's a tough spot, though. I'm just going to say slight lean. What I will do is like the under in that one, under 162.5. UNC is definitely missing too much firepower on the offensive side. But tough call on that one. But Louisville's sneaky good. They just haven't been good for a long time, Tony. And then all of a sudden they're starting to win some games. Every time I think they're going to lose to one of the bigger guys, they find a way to win. So, but not covering the spread very well. Just under 500 or 50%. So nothing I want to run over and jump on. We definitely have these good small cards over here. I think Solo probably knows this conference pretty well, better than most. A lot of Louisiana teams down there. Stephen F. Austin, Lumberjacks. They're good, man. 25-3. I know they get some big spreads, but they cover them a lot. I know they're only 12 here. University of New Orleans has been covering slight lean towards the Lumberjacks at home. And come back down here. You look at this game. Houston -3 against Kansas. Kansas finally get Peterson to play a whole game. They lose. They're at home. National TV, plus points. Jayhawks.
Smash Jayhawks here on Big Monday. Yeah. Some of the other ones I'll look at, I'm going to fade the Southeast Louisiana team, which has been horrible. I'll look at Corpus Christi here, laying that 2 points. This Corpus Christi, a team that defends in the Southland. They force turnovers, defend the 3. They hit their 3s in conference play, but when you look at Southeast Louisiana, 12th in effective field goal shooting in the Southland. And defensively, they don't defend the 3s very well. When you look here the last month here, Lions just 30% from 3, giving up 38% from beyond the arc. I'll look at them here. This Incarnate Word is another bad team here. Just to me, a fade material here. I'll look at Northwestern State here. They get the cover here. They've defended pretty well, this Northwestern State team. But, man, this Incarnate Word, a terrible defensive team. And you're giving up 55% from 2 against Southland teams. That's pretty bad. Matter of fact, they played 19 conference games already. My goodness, they played a lot of conference games in the Southland there. Incarnate Word has failed to cover 12 of 14 with really bad defense. Demons have covered 4 straight with good defense. I could only look here at Northwestern State there. Gave me the points of Rio Grande Valley. This is a team that is number 1 in effective field goal shooting in the Southland. 55% from 2, 37% from 3, 80% at the free throw line. They're also second in effective field goal defense. And you're giving me 11 points, or it's come down. It's not the 11 anymore. I understand the line move there. Rio Grande Valley is going to get about 10.5 right now. I'm seeing 9.5 in some places. So there's some money coming there. But I'll look at Rio Grande Valley there.
No, money's coming on them for sure. I see a 65% handle. The numbers come down. So sharp and money. Number of wages and money's coming in. That's actually a good pick.
Yeah, I like that one there a lot. All right. We got you through here the college basketball card and through the NBA card. So it is time for our Parlay Purple segment where Cap is giving a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They want us to get into college baseball. They want to get into exhibition baseball because we got 14 games on the card. Just note, if you're looking at exhibition baseball, this is the day the superstars are leaving camp to get ready for the WBC. So your marquee players will not be in there with their respective teams now because they are now getting ready for the WBC. The Dodgers are losing Ohtani, or Freeman's not playing. But those guys that are playing the WBC are leaving their camps right now. Just to take note there. So we get it started here with Jorge.
All right, I'll take a 2-teamer. I'm gonna go with the home favorites, playing big games, playing good basketball. You're gonna give me that low points for Detroit at home. Oh, I know it's a sucker trap according to Alessandro, but I'm a sucker. I'll take the number 1 team in the conference. Just balling in the Eastern Conference. Take them against anybody at home. It doesn't matter who they're playing. You're gonna give me that low of points. I'll do that for any side. And on the other side, Kansas, again, it's the Jayhawks, man. Now, national TV, you got plus points there. Got to go back to fundamental. Yesterday proved, don't listen to all the stats. Don't look at all the numbers. There's some fundamentals you can't go away from and stick to them. And that's what I'm going to do today.
There you go here from Jorge. I'll go with 3-teamer here for today. I'll go ahead and take Detroit. I'll also take here Memphis in that spot. I also just going to fade the Incarnate Word here. look here at the Northwestern State there, laying the 2. All right, we got to do our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. And it's a big week of action here with a lot of college basketball. We have NBA back in full swing. NHL returns here on Wednesday. And just take note, a week from today, we start our conference tournaments with the Horizon campus site games. The Horizon campus site games begin next Monday, so we're not too far away from conference tournament action. Guys, link in the description will get you right on over to Tony's Picks. So get on over there, see what's going up. Check out our site where you'll find our best bets premium plays up there as well. Jorge, so let us know what you got for sale.
I ain't got nothing up there yet, Tony. I was just looking at this card. We jumped in. We just wanted to get through the slow card for everybody fast today. I think we did that. That was the goal. I'm definitely going to have a play up. I already told people the plays that I had today is my big ones. There's not a lot of anything else, but I will have a 3-pack. Guarantee it before 8 o'clock. I'll have my 3-pack up for the day on these games and just try to find the best value I can. Because that's, some of these small cards aren't always bad. You limit you can't really, you don't have too many things to think about and try to find some good fundamental spots. And all you want to do is go 2-1 and make some money. So I'll have a 3-pack up here before 8 o'clock.
That's right, guys. You got to go with Jorge over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscriptions. Get a full week of winners from Jorge. That 7-day pass. You guys like that early in the week. You get all the NBA, college hoops, as well as the hockey returns on Wednesday. So 7-day pass is the way to go. Use promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, over on this.
I was gonna mention, Tony. You mentioned baseball about college baseball. Now that the numbers are actually up and more aggressively up earlier, I'm definitely going to take a look and start to put some of those playoffs. I'll be throwing them up, at least in the chat if I'm not on air, but I'll come on and start doing some college baseball.
Yeah, college baseball is getting very popular now here. It's well televised now. And, with Major League Baseball, Sunday nights no longer on ESPN. You're going to start seeing some Major League Baseball, WNBA on that. I think WNBA and women's soccer are going to take that ESPN baseball slot. So, again, why not? We get a lot of interest. I noticed just from the video views, WNBA has been huge. So hope they can get that. Hope they can get together with that issue there with the union and management there. They still have some time to get it right. So guys, check us out over at Tony's Picks with Jorge. Use the promo code TonyT. Save that 15% off. I've got over on the site today. I've got a best bet from college basketball as well as the 3-pack. Now my best bet is bundled in the 3-pack, so they'll buy them both. I have 3 premiums today with the best bet in my 3-pack, so don't get on both. So get on both with me over at Tony's Picks right now. Guys, check us out over at the YouTube channel where you're going to find a lot more of our content. Never a slow day on our channel, man. There's lots of content up there. So just head on over to Tony's Picks YouTube and just type it. Just find our link to our channel. Best way to do is just stay on the homepage. We got a lot of live shows, 5 live shows over our network, including the Night Moves with Ramon and company. There, 3 a.m. Eastern Time live, or watch it on demand, a complete rundown on the games. Alessandro on the Look Ahead Show. The first look at these games as the lines open up. So check out the Look Ahead Show live or on demand here on our past live streams playlist. Also, the Happy Hour returns today with Ron and company. That one's at 5 Eastern Time. Daily Dango, the Hockey Show with Rod, coming back here on Wednesday at 1 Eastern Time. All of our live shows will archive right here on past live streams, so check that playlist out. Of course, my compilation videos. Chris's hit list is out today for the NBA, so that's ready to roll here. Check out the props from Chris. They're up right now. A lot of our playlists up there for you as well. Shorts from Alessandro, college basketball playlist. Hockey comes back on the Friday. Of course, Alessandro will have the UFC fights up there for you Friday night. There for the big fight cards. Mills also contributes with his UFC as well. So a lot of great content up here. Shorts and more over on the channel, guys. A lot of great content over on the channel. Of course, Jorge, we see you here on the live shows and may see some of the other ones as well.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to start jumping on some of those, especially with baseball coming up. It's one of those things I've kind of tailed off in baseball, but I want to start early, so I'm on top of it from the get-go. And just enjoy it. Got to really start looking for some value spots in basketball. Yesterday was a big lesson. To really stick to fundamentals. So that'll be the goal.
That's right. Some of these teams have stepped up, covering up big numbers here. But guys, check us out over on the YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. We're in here. We're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It is the Tony Picks Morning Show. Like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us when the plays come up. Love to thank you everybody in the chat today. Going back and forth there with the Alessandro. Bo Dunn in here as well. And real love only. Jorge's buddy is in the chat from Philly. like to come out here with his Philly stuff. Scipio TCG, shout out to you as well. Jarrell Barney in there, Ron Hahn in there, Detroit basketball. We noticed we didn't get no talk about the Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines got no talk from Ron Hahn today as well. So a lot of great contributions from the folks here in the chat. We had Lucky in there as well, thinking that we'll get the fixes on. We'll see if the fix is on in the hockey game. I don't know about 3-3 hockey. Some people, well, again, I like Linda Cohen. She came out and say, even before she did talk to her about it, she goes, like, you had 90 minutes to win the game. Stop complaining about 3-3 hockey. All right. Linda made the call there, so a lot of respect her as that. All right, Ron Hahn in the ice. I don't know.
Don't need to apologize, Ron. It's all good.
You're having fun jabbing back. All right, guys. That's going to do it here on the show. We're back tomorrow again with a live show. Jorge, any closing thoughts before we close it out?
No, none at all, man. It's a little card. Everybody have a winning day, and let's have a good week.
All right, let's have a good week, guys. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Excellent.